Oh, good afternoon, people. Good afternoon, people. How are you doing? Just got back from the gym, so I was cutting it a bit fine there. I think we're quite on time for this live stream. Wait, see if we get a few people come into the live stream chat, and we will get on with the live stream, and we will explore the topic. Yeah, we will explore the topic. And let me say good afternoon first of all to the one and only, the Mr. Spliffy. Mr. Spliffy, my resident fact checker. Yeah, does wonderful things checking the facts from the channel. Well done for that, Mr. Spliffy. It's Mr. Spliffy too, so I suppose it is Mr. Spliffy, the same Mr. Spliffy, because there is only one Mr. Spliffy. That's a song, in it. We should all sing it. There's only one Mr. Spliffy. 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 Oh, good afternoon to the one and only, yeah. The fantastic, terrific, sensational, absolutely fabulous, wonderful, terrific, beautiful, gorgeous Peggy. Good afternoon to you, darling. Hope you're doing well there in Bonnie, Scotland. And thank you for all you've done for the channel. Thank you for all you've done and all you're doing. Thank you very much for that indeed. Thank you, darling. Good afternoon to DJ Singies. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is good with the DJ Singies. Yeah, lovely channel, lovely music. The DJ Singies. Good afternoon to my resident guitarist and guitar player. Plays guitar, electric and acoustic. The fantastic Mo, who is looking forward to the match this afternoon on the TV, watching the Glasgow Celtic versus the Glasgow Rangers game. I haven't answered the Mr. Maniac yet because he's on holiday. He's left a comment, but I'll answer it later because I was running behind schedule for the live stream. So we wish Mr. Maniac a good holiday and hope he has a lovely, relaxing time on the holiday. He'll probably be tuning into the game as well, but won't he, wherever he is, Mr. Maniac, the Maniac. So let's hope we have a good game of football and may the best team win. Yes, may the best team win, and it's an enjoyable match. But I do predict that it's probably the best team will be Glasgow Celtic. May the best team win. Keeping it all jovial and neutral at the moment for the channel. May the best team win. And if that team happens to be the Glasgow Celtic, then all the better. Sorry, Maniac. I had to drop that in to Maniac. Yeah, he's on holiday and he's enjoying. I hope he's got good weather wherever he went to. He might even be somewhere like Spain, you know, where it's hot. The Maniac could be sweating, sweating, waiting, looking forward to the kick-off at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Yeah, 3 p.m. this afternoon is the Glasgow Celtic Glasgow Rangers game. Oh, it's a big occasion. The thing about this game, it's going to be really good this afternoon is because it's a Scottish Cup final. Yeah, it's at Hampden Park. So you know this thing up in Scotland I've got at the moment that when the teams are playing at home, yeah, they only give out a few hundred tickets or something to the other team. You know, the other opposing team supporters. So when Celtic play at Celtic Park, I don't know, you've got thousands, isn't you? You know, at Celtic Park, and Rangers might only get, I don't know, 500 tickets or 1,000 if they're lucky. I don't even think they get that. And if Celtic play at Ibrox, yeah, Rangers Park, Celtic will only get like 500 or 1,000 tickets, maybe not even that, and the rest is all Rangers. So the atmosphere at these games isn't what it used to be. But today is a positive because at Hampden Park, they will have thousands of each supporters. Yeah, they will have like half and half of the tickets split down the middle. Yes, right, split down the middle, and let's hope there's nobody's getting their heat split down the middle after the game. The supporters keep it good and keep it clean and keep it jovial. We say to all supporters from Glasgow Celtic and Glasgow Rangers. I know I can say, I'm not trying to be funny, but I can say that the Glasgow Celtic supporters are good. They don't cause any trouble. They don't cause trouble. I mean, I just have to say the Rangers are well known as, not all of them. Don't get. I'm not going to target all the Rangers supporters with what the one brush like they're all hooligans. But usually when the trouble starts, there is a little group of troublemakers, and they are usually the Glasgow Rangers troublemaker supporters section. Oh, good afternoon. I've got the maniac here on holiday. Oh, the maniac's in the chat loving his holiday with the sunshine. Yeah. Chilling out on holiday, and he's probably looking forward to the game at 3 o'clock. Yes, maniac. We just say we hope that may the best team win. Yeah, keeping it neutral in that. Hope the best team wins, but if it does happen to be Glasgow Celtic, so much the better. So much better. I hope if Celtic win, maniac, this afternoon at 3 o'clock, like kick off the game. I do hope it's not going to impede upon your holiday atmosphere and spoil the ambience of your holiday, maniac. We don't want that to happen, do we? We do not want that to happen at all. We just hope he has a nice holiday, whatever happens. But at the end of the day, it's just a game of football, isn't it? I know it's more for the supporters, but after the whistle blows, life goes on, doesn't it? I'm talking about the real reality, the real life. People go home, they go down the pub, they go out, they do this, that, the other. They start doing their gardening. They do all sorts of stuff. So life goes on. It's just a game of football. Yes, we know you all support your teams and you want to win and that, but it is not more important in the daily machinations of life. Life goes on. Yeah, real life. And I'm not talking about blooming YouTube. That's no real life. YouTube is not real life. I think a maniac has got a bet on or something. Let me have a look at this one. Good afternoon to the Batfink. Hope you're doing well. The lovely Batfink. Maniac has got £20 3-0 range. Oh, I'm not trying to be funny, and I don't want to make Maniac sad and despondent. But the chances of that happening there's more chance of how can I put it? Men from aliens from outer space, just appearing on Earth. It's not going to happen. Now, what you could have done was put £20? You could have put £20 on Celtic to win, 3-0. The odds would have been shorter, but you would have more chance. But usually these games, each team will score a goal, so it doesn't matter who wins the game or whatever. It's how can I put it? The chances of being one team score, both teams are probably, in all probability and percentage wise, the likelihood is if there's goals scored in the game that each team will score at least one goal. One goal. Then seldom you get a clean sheet from either team. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very seldom you get a clean sheet from either team. So that money, that £20 maniac, that could have been better spent on your holiday at the moment. You could have got yourself some, what do you call it? Something nice for £20 or whatever you are. Do you know what I mean? 20 sheets. Right, let's start talking about the this. Yes, fasten your seatbelts. This the dark corner of YouTube. Well, we call it now. We call it the dying dark corner of YouTube. It's on its death throes, and it's nearly completely dead. It's completely dead. Yeah, it's just. I done a live stream the other day about this. About the dying dark corner of YouTube. And there's a few stragglers, and it sort of sent them a bit loopy. I didn't even mention any names or nothing. I don't mention names in my live streams. You know, I can talk. I talk in general. Yeah, so I'm not actually digging anybody out in particular. I talk in general terms that this dying dark corner of YouTube is almost completely dead. It's just it's more or less there. You've just got a few stragglers, and the news that this uh, dying dark corner of YouTube is on its death throes sent a few of the stragglers loopy. You know, you ever heard of that snooker loopy? Well, they were going loopy, because they don't like to hear the word that the dying dark corner is on its death throes. It's nearly dead. The dying dark corner is dying and nearly dead completely. Yes, and that, as far as I'm concerned, that's good news. And you have some of the stragglers who are trying to hold on with their fingertips to the to the dark dying corner of YouTube. They're hanging on with their fingertips, screaming. They're screaming on loopy at the thought of the dying dark corner of YouTube completely dying. That's it. It's nearly more or less there. A few stragglers are screaming. They're screaming, "Don't die, dark corner of YouTube! Don't die!" They're shouting, holding on with their fingertips to this dying dark corner of YouTube. It's nearly completely dead. The stranglers, the stragglers, I should say. Did I say stranglers? That's probably apt there. But the stragglers are hanging on with their their fingertips, screaming out. They don't like it. And you know, like this dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, the dark dying corner of YouTube. You got the people, right? They're all back and forth with toxic stuff. Now, these people on this dying dark corner of YouTube, right? There's no one side or the other side. The stragglers and the people who are interested in keeping this dark corner of YouTube going, you know, but it is dying out. It's dying out, and it's nearly completely dead. They don't like the thought of this dying dark corner of YouTube completely dying out, you know. And they say to try and keep it going. Oh, there is two sides. There's this side and that side. Well, let me tell you something. As far as I'm concerned, there is only no sides. It's just one dying dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, both, if you want to call them this side and that side. All the majority of people who are involved in the toxicity and negative vibes, yeah, are on. If they want to say there's two sides, it is on both sides. Well, we'll just say this as a hypothetical. It is on both sides. There is no one side or the other side that is better than each other. They are the ones that are involved in negative toxicity are just as bad as each other. And just to reinforce the steps I took before Christmas, I took down a lot of negative posts, you know, like videos and community posts, etc. And I said that I was putting the channel on a new footing. And that was, it started before the new year, you know, like last year, Christmas. And I deleted a lot of videos and community posts, etc. Part of the housekeeping to reboot the channel on positivity, upbeat positivity. So that was the start of it. I also have, as you have probably noticed in the chat, I have blocked many people. And I'll tell you what, the many people includes people, if you would want to say, from both sides. You know these people that say this both sides thing? Well, I have blocked people from both sides, if you want to call it that. Yeah, not just this side or that side. Anybody that I have in my mind, in my thoughts, that would bring a negativity to the channel have been blocked. You will look at my live stream chat and you will see there's loads of people who are in the dying dark corner of YouTube. Yeah, and you won't see them in this live stream chat. There's so many people have been blocked. Yeah, I mean, I think I nearly blocked myself. It was that bad. Peggy, is it possible I could block myself as well from my own channel? But yeah, I know, just making a little tongue-in-cheek joke about that. I know I've blocked loads and loads of people. And let me tell you where I come from on this thing about rebooting the channel and getting it away from all this dying dark corner of YouTube negativity. Yeah, this boy, you never hear me talking on this channel about subscriptions, do you? You don't hear me say, please subscribe to the channel, please hit the likes on the way in, or hit the likes on the way out, or hit the likes anytime you fancy it. You don't hear me do that. You don't hear me talk about the word views. Oh, I've got views. I've got views. Who gives a toss about that? Who gives a toss about views? Right? The name of the game is entertainment. The name of the game is to come onto YouTube and have a laugh, or make content and live streams that are entertainment, whether they be, interesting, funny, that sort of stuff. Not to have people slagging off each other, sitting on panels on, and I'm talking about the whole of the dying dark corner of YouTube. I'm not talking about there's one side or this side or that side. There's one side here, one side there. It is just people who are involved in the whole of the dying dark corner of YouTube that are propagating this negativity and toxicity, which is dying. It's nearly completely dying out, dead. There's just a few stragglers. Now, the only advice I could give, and the advice, people can take it or leave it. Who am I to give advice? But I will give advice. Look, if you've got panels, and that is the way you are running. You've got channels and you do panels, and that is your content. That is your main content. Yeah. Then if you have people on your panel and all that, there's many things you can talk about and make have fun and be interesting, and people would get enjoyment from that. The thing that does not do anybody any good, including the people who run these channels that are negative, and toxic, is propagating negativity and toxicity by slagging off other people on other channels. So one channel will have a live stream on. I'll just paint a picture hypothetically. Right, so you will have one live stream on one channel and a group of people sitting there. Yeah. And you'll have a live stream on another channel with another group of people sitting on it. And both of them simultaneously will be live slagging each other off, like the people on the panels and all that, people in the live stream chats. It is absolutely dire toxicity and negativity. All this stuff from both of these like hypothetical channels I'm giving you an example of. It doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't do the people who are actually slagging people off themselves, because they have got a negative and toxic mindset. It's actually rubbing off in them. I'm talking about both of these the slagging off back and forth is affecting the whole lot of them. The whole lot of them are thinking negatively and involved in toxic behaviour. Now, some of these people on these panels, like a lot of them delete them, didn't they? No, they delete the live streams because they're so toxic. And some of these live streams, I won't name anybody in particular because I don't want to sort of dig anybody out in particular. And as I say, this is across the whole of the dying dark corner of YouTube. This negativity. Well, you've got somebody on there, yeah, who regularly, daily or nightly or whatever, on a particular channel, I think by words alone, words is committing a criminal offence by speaking certain words. Yeah, it's a criminal offence. I think if somebody was watching that, like I'm talking about off duty, like an off duty police officer or somebody like maybe an off duty magistrate, yeah, like magistrate from courts or something, but somebody involved in anything to do with law and order, or just somebody, normal person, but who is very, very got high morals, actually came across this person on a live stream talking the words which I think are actually deemed as a criminal offence. If they were actually reported, they would actually be charged with a criminal offence. I've got no doubt in my mind that the sort of stuff that this person is saying is actually a criminal offence. And people keep bigging up the person, yeah, the person. And this is supposed to be the person's friends on a particular panel, and they're doing this person a disservice because what they're doing is they're saying to the person what you are saying by your words that are toxic and negative and are actually criminal. You're committing a criminal offence, but we are encouraging you to keep saying the words that are a criminal offence. And if this person happened to get arrested, yeah, somewhere down the line for doing that, what would all these people say who were encouraging the person to say the words that would be deemed as a criminal offence? Would they be saying, oh, that's a shame and all that? They'd all be hiding. They'd all be hiding from the person who they encouraged to exude the negativity and toxicity by the words that come under a criminal offence. So these people do not do that person any favours. They should be saying, look, don't say that. Even if they don't say it on the panel at the time when it's live, they should be getting a message to that person saying, look, you can't say that. That's a criminal offence. You're going to get yourself in trouble. You're actually breaking the law. By breaking the law, criminality. You cannot, and it's no good for that person as well. I mean, the person that's saying the words and getting picked up by the other people on the panel and encouraged, yeah, and they are making it look as if this is all right behaviour, yeah, they are doing that person a disservice. They're doing a person a disservice. Indeed, they are doing the person a disservice. It's only a matter of time before, the law of averages and percentages, that the person who I'm referring to as the example in the hypothetical, the person always does it like clockwork, yeah. And in the law of averages and percentages, the person will in no doubt, I'm in no doubt that sooner or later the person will probably come a cropper by getting the police will probably end up charging the person because the person's just going to keep doing it. And whilst the person's getting encouraged by the other people on the panel, the person who's doing it thinks it's all right behaviour, when in fact it is actually criminal behaviour. And the people who are encouraging the person are reinforcing the person who's making the comments that are criminal behaviour to think that it's okay to do that. No, it's not okay to do that. And these people who are encouraging the person to continue with the words that would come as a criminal offence are doing that person a disservice and no favours whatsoever. No favours whatsoever. There you go. So, right. So what I'm trying to say to you is that there is no sides on this dying dark corner of YouTube. There is just people who are involved in negativity and toxicity and negativity. And the dying dark corner of YouTube is nearly dead. There's a few stragglers, and they're trying to hang on with their fingertips, screaming. They're screaming and going loopy at the moment. Now, let me give you a words of advice. The words of advice. Look, there's probably, I would say, some of these people who are involved in negativity, yeah, and toxicity have not always been that way inclined. Some of them have actually got the skills and abilities and the patter, we'll use a Scottish word, patter, to be funny. Funny. You know, you could imagine live streams where people are on there having a laugh. Yeah, that would be sort of that would be okay, I suppose. People on there talking about funny things, having a laugh, and people on there talking about interesting things, subjects, topics. You know, there'd be enjoyment. But there is no place in the dying dark corner of YouTube on YouTube, I think, completely. There is no place for this concept. I've said this for a couple of years, this concept and idea of these channels that call themselves roasting channels. They are a version of the mainstream media Jeremy Kyle program, you know, that which got taken off air for abusing the guests that were on the Jeremy Kyle show on the mainstream TV. Well, these roasting channels, as they call themselves, on the dark corner of YouTube, yeah, the dying dark corner of YouTube, they were just an online version on YouTube of Jeremy Kyle, yeah, X-rated, yeah, slagging people off. What they do is they slag people off and try and tempt them. People who are not all the people, so I'm not tarring everybody by the same brush. You know that everybody is this, but a lot of the people who they target, yeah, come under three categories. Yeah, they are vulnerable, and they are also, yeah, this is the majority, yeah, they target vulnerable people and people who are under the influence of cocaine and alcohol. That's the three things they target. Now, what they would do, these roasting channels, they would target people who are vulnerable, slag them off and all that, make them angry and try and get them to jump onto panels. And this is how they get their jollies. They start ripping into them. A panel will rip into vulnerable people or people who are under the influence of cocaine and alcohol, or maybe some other substances. But cocaine seems to be the drug of preference for the dying dark corner of YouTube. And that's not just for the people who are vulnerable and people who are under the influence, possibly addicted to the cocaine and alcohol. Yeah, it's not only them who are actually under the influence of cocaine and alcohol. I'm not saying this about all channels in the dying dark corner of YouTube, but I'm talking about the ones that are involved in the negativity and toxicity. but even the people who run the channels, these channels, like the roasting channels, yeah. And I do not say no names. I'm not digging anybody out, but you will find that most of these people involved in the negative toxicity on the dying dark corner of YouTube are under the influence of cocaine and alcohol. It seems to be that the choice of drug for the dying dark corner of YouTube seems to be, we'll give it its sort of nickname. I think they call it the sniff. The sniff. The white powder, white lines. The white lines, that seems to be the drug of choice in the dying dark corner of YouTube. They're all sniffing it up right, left, and centre. They are sniffing it up. Yeah. That's why when you hear people on some of these live streams, if you know, all these different live streams, listen, if you've got good audio and that, listen, and you'll hear them all sniffing. And I'm not talking about like they've got the cold or the flu. They're all sniffing. Because I think when they sniff that, the white powder, when they sniff the white powder, like, I think for 10 minutes later or something, I'm not an expert on this because I do not partake in drugs myself, but just from what I gather, that when they sniff it, 10 minutes later or something, they're still sniffing, if you know what I mean. Is it stuck in their hooter? Is it stuck in their hooter, like making its way up? Because they're all sniffing. Sniff, sniff, sniff. I'm not joking, yeah. They're all sniffing, like, yeah, you've got sniffing behaviour going on this dark, dying dark corner of YouTube. There's a lot of sniffing behaviour going on with the white powder, the white lines, they call it. The white lines. I think there was a song called White Lines. I don't know if they play that when they were sniffing. Do you remember that song? White lines. It's a thing, me like dance beat. A dance beat called White Lines. I don't know if they play that when they're sniffing that stuff. And apparently, yeah, the white lines, yeah, the sniff, this cocaine. Oh, they call it cocaine, right? But apparently the quality of this snuff, I was going to say, this stuff that they are sniffing, this white stuff, white cocaine, it's all full of other chemicals. They've got rat poison, all sorts of mixtures involved in this sniff. So what are they doing to themselves with it? What are they doing to themselves with that sniffy powder? Yeah, the white powder, cocaine, Charlie, white lines. Now, the only white lines you should be interested in is the white lines on the football pitch. I mean, would they start, if they seen the chalk, before they do the white lines, the groundsman for the football pitch, if they seen that white chalk, yeah, it's all chalky in it before they mix it up with water and that, would they be jumping on that white powder, sniffing it, thinking it's cocaine? Would they say, look, there's a white powder, we've got to sniff that as well? I bet they probably even mix that. The powder they use for the white lines for the football pitch before they do it with water. They probably blend it together with the cocaine. The cocaine, yeah. So you've got these people, yeah, who are into this thing called roasting channels. Is a very, 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 very nasty part of YouTube, yeah. Targets vulnerable people who jump on these panels so they can be abused. They can be verbally abused on these roasting channels. Also, yeah, they target the vulnerable and people who are on cocaine and alcohol. People who are under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Yes, this is how it works. This is how it works, people. They try and get people onto these panels and start ripping into them. They rip into them. This goes back a few years. I'm not mentioning any particular channels because the good news is the dark corner of YouTube is dying. It's nearly gone, isn't it? You just got them few stragglers hanging on with the fingertips. They're hanging on, but they're also hanging on with the fingertips, and they are knocking back the alcohol, and they are, I don't know, they are having the sniff, they are having the cocaine as well. The cocaine. I mean, I think if they do that together, a combination, that must be even worse. You know, when they mix it, they mix the cocaine and the alcohol together. Maybe that is part of the why the dying dark corner of YouTube evolved. It evolved. The dying dark corner of YouTube evolved from, in my view, people who were under the influence of cocaine and alcohol. Yeah, cocaine and alcohol, like, you know. Let me say good afternoon to a few people. Good afternoon to the T1. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to Nelly. Good afternoon to T1. Look at this one, look. T1 makes a prediction for 4-1 to Celtic. 4-1 to Celtic. I remember I seen a documentary, right? I'll just run this past anybody who is addicted, pardon me, who's addicted to cocaine or partake in it occasionally or whatever. I've seen a documentary on BBC Two or something a couple of years ago, a few years ago, and it was these doctors and consultants, you know, medical people, and they were explaining using graphics and everything about the brain, the body, and everything. What happens when somebody sniffs this cocaine up the hooter? What it does to your brain, what it does to all the organs in your body. So go online and look for something like that. It will frighten you. It will frighten you so much that you will not want to sniff this cocaine. You will not want to get involved with the white lines, with the powder. You will not want to do that. You won't at all. Yes, try and get some education educate yourself on the side effects of cocaine. It is a killer. It is a killer. Also, we must say alcohol as well. If you're going to drink in moderation, but alcohol is just as bad as drugs. Alcohol is just as bad as drugs. So yeah, everybody check out yourselves, and it is never too late to turn round the corner and go on the righteous path, a righteous path of moderation. Obviously, with the cocaine, you've just got to knock that in the head completely. Knock it on the head completely, the white lines, blow it out. Do not get involved in it. Do not get involved in the cocaine. So anyway, right, let's get back onto the dying dark corner of YouTube, yeah? So at the moment, yeah, you can imagine all these people, if there's anybody watching this or something who's got some of that cocaine at the moment, they're thinking, what's he doing to me? But listen, be brave. If you've got some of that cocaine, don't say, I'm going to take this little last bit of cocaine you've got in stock. If you've got some cocaine, yeah, try and say to yourself, look, this is going to do me no good, and go in and chuck it down the toilet and flush it away. Flush it away. Make the leap. Make the leap. Everybody's got it within themselves, the willpower to make decisions. make a decision and think, I'm going to turn my life round. I'm not going to spend my money on this white powder. The devil's dust, we will call it. The devil's dust. I just made this one up. It's probably somebody else has actually said that somewhere, but do not pay your money out for the devil's dust. It'll destroy your life. This cocaine, the devil's dust. Just put it down the toilet and pull the plug. Flush it. Flush it away. Do not snort it up your hooter. Do not go sniffing the white lines. Do not go sniffing the white lines, yeah? Aye, because I'll tell you what, it's going to kill you eventually, but it's the things that it's doing on your body is unbelievable. Your mind and body, your brain. Check out an educational video on the effects of taking cocaine, and it will shock you. It will shock you. Honestly, it will really, really shock you. And if you've got any sense, do yourself a favour and go straight to your toilet, sprinkle the cocaine in the toilet bowl and pull the plug and flush it away. Do not sniff it up your hooter, up your nose. It will do your brain in, and it will do all the organs in your body no good. See the light and go on the righteous path, people. If you drink, right, drink in moderation. It's not for me to say how much you should drink, but yeah, you've got to try and do yourself some good. It's never too late for people to turn their lives around with cocaine and alcohol and other drugs. We'll add other drugs in as well, but we will say the killers are the code word Charlie in it. Cocaine, Charlie, sniff. We will call it the devil's dust for today. The devil's dust and the white lines are no good. The white lines are no good for you. Steer away from the white lines, and you are on the road to a better, healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle, yeah. Yeah. I've got a what do you call it here? I've got a rebel in the chat here. My rebel. We always have a rebel in the chat, but the rebel is having a laugh. Look, yeah, the rebel facts. Oh, facts notification. I thought you would stick to the facts. A man of the facts, as a matter of fact. He's having a laugh there, isn't he, with them. Fax is having a laugh there about the cocaine and that. Yes, good afternoon to Distat. Good afternoon to you. Look, if there's anybody, good afternoon to 420. Good afternoon to the fantastic 420. I think he done a little live last night, 420. I was going to share it 420, but you I just popped seen it, and I was just ready to share the live thing. And it went on private. I think because his channel might get struck. Yeah, he had the mask on. The mask. 420 does mask. It was very funny. It was like with the dance. He is a good mover and groover. Is the 420 into the music scene as well. But I think he had a mask on of what do you call it? Brad Pitt. He had a mask of Brad Pitt. Oh, who else could we say? Johnny Depp. He had a mask on, didn't he? Yeah, he had a mask on. It was funny. It was funny from the 420. Well done for that 420. That was a wonderful dancing display as well. I was just ready to share his live stream, and it just went private. I think I must have came in to the end of it. So basically, what I will say to the people just before, let me think. Right, these people, the people who are still in the dying dark corner of YouTube, that are hanging on by their fingertips, yes, screaming and going loopy, possibly under the influence of cocaine and alcohol, or cocaine on its own, or alcohol on its own, or a mixture of cocaine and alcohol. if you have got a channel and your channel is full of negativity and toxicity, yeah, and you want to turn your channel around and reboot yourself, you've got it within your capabilities. As I say, there's some of these channels out there that are really, really embedded in the negative and toxic culture, but that have not always been like that. They've not always been negative and toxic. And the people could turn it round on these live streams. You know, it's a lot of these channels that do live streams that propagate and promote the negative and toxic culture. And I'm talking about, there's no one side or another side. I'm talking about this dying dark corner of YouTube, all across it. Both sides, if you want to say there's sides, they are as bad as each other. But these negative and toxic channels doing live streams with panels that are slagging off people back and forth and all that, they were not always like that. They were not always like that. Some of them had quite funny channels and people were having a laugh. They could return to that type of atmosphere. They could do it. I'm talking about on both sides. If they want to say there are two sides, I don't buy this both sides. I think it's just one dying dark corner of YouTube. It's nearly dying. It's on its death throes, and the few stragglers that are left, if you want to turn your channels around and get on the positivity, positive vibes, and ditch the negativity, you can do it. You've done it before. You used to have on both sides, if you want to say the both sides for the moment, you had people who were doing good, funny stuff, upbeat, positive, banter type stuff, laugh type stuff, and it wasn't always full of negativity and toxicity. And these people can get back to that. They can get back to that easy. They can easily reboot their channels. What I would say is, this is a tip for all people. The dying dark corner of YouTube is more or less, it's nearly there, dead, isn't it? It's nearly dead. There's just a few stragglers. But what I would say is, like, to the people who have got any channels that are still involved in the toxicity and negativity, slagging off people and other channels back and forth, the back and forth stuff, what you do is you say to yourselves, what we're going to do is we're just going to block negativity, people with are negative, and we are going to return to upbeat positivity, fun, laughter, and banter. So what you do is you block people from your channels, and then you say, look, you have to make a decision. Somebody has to do it, don't they? It's not just, oh, they're doing this and they're doing that. You have to say, you have to make an announcement and say, look, that's it. My channel's going to be upbeat and positive. I'm getting out of all this. The dying dark corner of YouTube is dead. I'm rebooting my channel, and it's going to be about fun, laughter, interesting subjects. We're going to have a laugh. It's going to be about entertainment. We're not here for all this roasting vulnerable people who may be on cocaine and alcohol. We're not going to be doing that. We're not going to slag people off on other channels. We're just going to set up live streams and talk about funny things amongst ourselves and forget about what other people are doing. If other people are still slagging off people, do not respond to them. If you've made the decision to go upbeat and positive, you're making a stand. You're saying, right, as from ... we are now on a new path. We're going to be upbeat and positive, and we're not going to start slagging off people from our panel returning, if you want to say returning the fire to other channels that are slagging people off, you've got to just ignore them and block them. And the other people who are still slagging off will end up saying to themselves, well, that's it, I've had enough, The dying dark corner of YouTube is finished, and I'm going to also return to the positivity, upbeat positivity vibes, fun, laughter, and entertainment. This is what it is. Some of these channels that are still slagging people off and that have to make the stand, make the decision, and go unilaterally. Go, that's it. We're not doing that anymore, and we are going positive, upbeat. We're going to have a laugh, entertainment. That's what our channel's about, and we're not going to have people on the panel slagging people off on other channels. Do you get me? That's it. It's no rocket science, this. It is not rocket science. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think this PCP might be some sort of chemical substances. I do not partake in these things, but that's a funny little quip from the Distar. Eh? Yeah, so there we have it, people. There we have it. You know what I mean? Like, as I say, personally myself, this channel, I actually started rebooting it just before the new year. I took down a lot of videos, live streams, community posts, negative stuff, getting into that back and forth, argy-bargy stuff. And then I also started blocking people, loads of people. I blocked loads of people who I thought would be negative towards the channel. And it's been ongoing, the blocking of people. And I have to say, look, I have blocked people. These people say there's two sides. I mean, it's all finished now, isn't it? The dying dark corner of YouTube, it's nearly dead, isn't it? But a few stragglers are saying there's both sides. There's this side and that side. Well, this boy here, if you have a look at my live stream chat, like, everybody's hunky-dory and happy because I have blocked people from both sides. Both sides, yeah? Not just one side. The only people that call it one side and the other, this side and that side, I've blocked people from, if you want to call it that, this side and that side. You won't see people who are bringing negative connotations and vibes to this channel. You won't see them. People can come into this channel and have a laugh in the chat and that, and they will be okay. But if you get people who are negative, negative, you can have a bit of banter, can't you? That's funny, banter. But if there's people who are into the toxicity and negativity, that's not what it's all about, this channel. And that's what it should be about all the other channels on YouTube. At the end of the day, you come on YouTube to escape the real world. Well, you've got your bills to pay, you've got to go to work or whatever. You know what I mean? You've got things going on in your life, so you go to YouTube to get entertainment and enjoy yourself, innit? And some people do that to enjoy themselves. They go to YouTube. They don't want to come onto YouTube to get drawn into a dark, dying dark corner of YouTube, but it's on negativity from beginning to end. No, sir and madam, there is no more negativity. The dying dark corner of YouTube is almost completely dead. We just have a few stragglers who are hanging on with their fingertips screaming, but they can turn it around as well. It's within everybody's power of choice. We make choices in life, and we make choices on YouTube. We can choose to make our channels upbeat and positive. That is a choice. So people are doing all that stuff, slagging people off and into all this dying dark corner of YouTube stuff. They're doing it. They're choosing to do that. Yeah. And that is going to affect them. The people that are slagging other people off actually get affected as well, because before they start slagging off other people, they are already got a negative mindset, ain't they? Their head's full of negativity. It's got to be. And then they start slagging somebody off, like, but they're still getting the negativity in their head. Not just the person that cops the slagging off, they get the negative negativity aimed towards them, but the person who is slagging another person off is also getting negativity in their subconscious, subliminally as well, in their brain, it's in their head. So escape from the negativity and toxicity. Yeah, the dying dark corner of YouTube is nearly dead, completely dead. It's more or less dead, isn't it? A few stragglers, and instead of trying to hang on with your fingertips, yeah, screaming that the dying dark corner of YouTube is dying and nearly dead, and you're hanging on with your fingertips, let yourself fall from it, fall from the darkness into the light, fall from the darkness into the light, reboot your channels and go for upbeat positivity. Yeah, reboot your channels and go for upbeat positivity. Good afternoon to the Cold War. He had a curry last night or something. Yes, spicy chicken wings. Everybody's talking about grub at the moment. That's a good thing. I would rather you talk about grub. Yeah, grub, nice grub food than cocaine and alcohol. Well done for the people who are talking about the grub, the food. Yes, the lovely food. Yes, we like the lovely food, we do. So basically, people, I'm going to go in a moment. I'm going to go. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we say to all people, look, the dying dark corner of YouTube is on its death throes. It's almost dead. We implore the stragglers who are hanging on to the dying dark side of YouTube by their fingertips to let go, let yourself fall from the darkness into the light, fall from the darkness into the light, reboot your channels, start saying to the people that come onto your panels, no, we don't want any more of that slagging off people and all that horrible toxic stuff. We're here for a laugh. We're going to talk about funny things, like or whatever, interesting things. It is within it's within your control. It's within your control. You can do it. There's people on here who are in it. I'll just say this finally, that there's people in here who are involved in all that slagging off, back and forth, and all that dying dark corner of YouTube stuff, yeah. But they've not always been like that. They've not always been like that. Some of them have been very, very funny, having a laugh, having a joke, and they can do it again. If they've done it before, they can do it again. They can do it again. It's not like they've turned into this thing that is set in stone. They can go back to the fun, laughter, and entertainment, enjoyable stuff, having a laugh. You know what I mean? Like, so there you go, people. Have you seen much violence? Nah, no. See, the thing is, we all the violent stuff. A lot of it is to do with like criminals. A lot of stuff. The majority of stuff to do with crime in London is probably people who are involved in criminal activity. And some like they target each other as well. If you've got gangs and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, nah, I've not seen anything out in the streets or anything much. Do you know what I mean? And I'm out and about I've been out and about every day for years. I've hardly ever seen any of it. So there you go. I hope that answers your question satisfactorily, Maniac. So there you have it, people. Yeah. It's never too late. It is never too late to reboot your channel, put it on a righteous path, like to upbeat fun, laughter, positivity, music. Music channels as well. Like music channels are good, isn't it? But what I'm saying is everybody has got it within their control. This thing now that it's now almost completely dead, the dying dark corner of YouTube, yeah, it's nearly dead. Just a few hanging on with their fingertips. They have got it within their control to reboot their channels themselves, get back to what they used to do, because a lot of them, they used to be funny, upbeat and positive, and that can actually happen again. It can happen again. You've just got to make the effort. And forget about somebody else slagging you off and all that on another channel. You may have to unilaterally say, look, we're going to go for we're changing things around, we're turning things around. We're not interested in slagging these people off over there who are slagging us off. We don't care. We block them, we don't listen to them, we don't respond to them, and we do our own thing, which is upbeat positivity, having a laugh, banter, fun, talking a bit of music, whatever the topics are, but they're having a laugh, like, you know what I mean? And you forget if somebody else is going out, carrying on doing the slagging off stuff on another channel, let them do that and just blank them, block them, and move on. Blank them, block them, and move on. That should be the saying. Yeah. So keep it upbeat and positive. Keep it upbeat and positive. So I'm going to go now, people. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in for this live stream. Let's just say to all the guys that go to the game today, the supporters of both teams, the Glasgow Celtic and the Glasgow Rangers, let's keep it nice and friendly if we can do that, and let's keep away from any trouble. Yeah, people just want to go and see the football match, win or lose. That's just a game of football. Keep it real. Keep it real, like Maniac. I love London, man. I love it, man. I love London. He's having a laugh, isn't he? Yeah, but yeah, all the Rangers and Celtic supporters, keep it real, guys. It's a game of football. Look, at the end of the day, when they blow that whistle and all that, I know you all get carried away with it, but look, it's not your real life, is it? If you've got a job, you've got to go to work, get up in the morning, go to work to put bread on the table. You've got commitments in your life, you've got things to do, you've got to go and do your gardening, cut your grass, you know, all the real things in life, yeah, whatever. You've got your family and all that, yeah, that's the most important thing. Forget about the football's just an entertainment as well. After the game, the whistle blows, whoever wins or whatever, keep it nice and friendly and don't start getting involved in argy-bargy trouble and all that, and keep things real. So, and keep things real also on the YouTube. And yeah, this is a helpline. Thank you, 420. And don't forget to call Frank after the show. Well done to that, 420. That's a fantastic and yes, well done for that. The 420 has risen to the occasion there. Look, anybody that's got any problems, like I think it's alcohol and drugs, you know, cocaine, alcohol, whatever, ring up Frank. Yeah, that's the helpline. Yeah, just check for it on Google. So big shout out to the fantastic, big shout out to the fantastic Maniac 420. Distat. Who's that? Quasimodo or something? Cold War. I've not been looking at the chat, so I'm just going to quick thing me here. Who else? I think that's most of the people. If there's anybody I forgot, and a big shout out and thank you to the one and only, the fantastic, terrific, wonderful, absolutely fabulous, sensational, beautiful, gorgeous Peggy. Thank you very much, darling, for keeping an eye on the chat and any mods there and all that. Everybody, have a great day, yeah. Fact notification, have a great day as well. Everybody, please have a great day, yeah. Stay lucky and be blessed, yeah. Stay lucky, and be blessed. Yeah, have a great day. No, be lucky and stay blessed. Yeah, everybody be lucky and stay blessed. Yeah, catch you later. My people, my people. Bye for now.